8 months after the Auditor General's investigative team went into the Immigration Department, there is still absolutely no official word on the findings. Today, though not from official sources, there is. A copy of the Auditor General's report was leaked to COLA, and this morning, they allowed us a sneak peek.
I know the media will ask this today, why haven't we given out this full report? But when you're dealing with something as serious as this, it's not about media frenzy. We're not giving you one file for you to run behind us, because that's not our style. But what we are doing is that we're consulting, COLA is consulting with our attorney, and we don't want to prejudice the case. But at the same time, because this report is very damning, it is very important that we release to you what we can.
And release they did, starting with what COLA President Giovanni Brackett calls the Peter Pan story, not to be confused with the fictional character. This Peter Pan is a proud Belizean, not by right or by following due process, but with some help from another character called Elvin Penner.
Meet Peter Pan, formerly Yu Pang Chen, a native of Taiwan, born in 1958. He first set foot in Belize on April 10, 2013, fresh off United Airlines Flight 1407 from Houston, Texas. He then proceeded to get nationality certificate, passport, and change his name, all in a little over 4 months without paying almost nothing. Pang applied for his nationality certificate using 2 Belizean recommenders who swore to knowing him for 1 and 3 years respectively, despite signing the forms 1 day before the passport application. There was just one problem though. He had never set foot in Belize prior to April 10th and never lived in Belize. But that didn't stop Penner from signing his certificate.
Peter Pan is one of 5 persons who were scrutinized by the audit team, though attorney Karim Musa says the list is by no means limited to those 5.
For one, none of these 5 individuals had ever set foot on Belizean soil before they received Belizean nationality and a Belizean passport. 2, none of them had permanent residence status. 3, the signatures that were found on the passport application forms did not match their signatures found on other legal documents. You can draw your own conclusions as to who signed those passport application forms for those 5 individuals. 4, the nationality certificates for all 5 were backdated, and the Auditor General's report says backdated by Elvin Penner. 5, the names of the 2 recommenders. You know, when you're applying for nationality, there are 2 individuals who say that they have known you for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to satisfy the requirements. Let me tell you, the Auditor General's report calls 2 names. 2 names that happen in each of these 5 instances. What is the coincidence of that? That these very same 2 individuals know all 5 of these individuals, none of whom had ever set foot in Belize.
Remember Ady Pacheco? She's a senior nationality section staffer whose name appeared on many of the nationality certificates signed by Penner. She also shed light on another matter, those missing nationality files, which Minister of Immigration Godwin Hulse says have confounded him.
According to Ady Pacheco, Elvin Penner visited the Immigration Department in September of 2013. And as you all would recall, this is around the period when this immigration scandal broke. Penner went in to the Immigration Department in September of 2013. He waltzed in there, requested the Wong Hong Kim immigration file, along with others, not just the Kim Wong Hong file, but others, and he waltzed right out of that Immigration Department with the immigration file in hand. Now, I don't know what you all call that, but I consider that to be theft. I consider that to be theft of government property.
But even more interesting than that is another claim by Pacheco that Holst knows exactly what happened to those files because she informed him via letter.
Do you know that when Mr. Penner came and retrieved these files from the Immigration Department, Ady Pacheco prepared a letter with a list of all the files that Elvin Penner stole from the Immigration Department. And do you know who Ady Pacheco gave that letter to with all the names of the immigration files that are now missing from the immigration? Who will answer me that question? Godwin. Godwin. Anybody else? Are the only answer we got? Well, it don't happen to be right. Godwin Holst has in his possession the list of all of the files that Elvin Penner stole from the Immigration Department.
In an interview with the audit team, Pacheco claims she did certain things because she felt intimidated by then Minister of State Elvin Penner. Mike Rodon for News 5.